All the problems of harsh existence lay within the thought process of man himself. You do not need to heal your bodies or try to make your lives better. You need to heal your beliefs. If you could heal your beliefs, bring your beliefs into line with the Father's true intention for you, the wrong beliefs governing your bodies and lives would dissolve like mist in the sun. Your every circumstance would immediately come back to divine intention behind all creation. Sickness is nothing more than a lowering of vitality, a reduction of life within the affected part. Restore father life to the true intention and plan of your system, and the entire system functions as it should. It is only in your minds that you conceive good and evil. Only in your hearts do you think and feel it. These thoughts and feelings have nothing to do with the true God, which is the Father within you, bringing you every good thing, if you will but believe that this is so. It is your belief in good and evil, and the good and evil in your hearts, which brings you sickness. When I'm working with someone for a physical ailment, I am very aware that our bodies are not solid, that they are essentially a bunch of tiny vibrating particles of light doing intricately amazing work, so intelligently that billions and billions of cells within the human body perform their function day after day. They take in nutrition and nourishment. Somehow they know which nutrition and nourishment to take in, and they use it and they excrete what they no longer need. How do they know how to do this? Did you know that the difference between a hair cell and a scalp cell is only the intelligently designed work that it performs? And yet it knows what it is, and your hair cell does not all of a sudden become or turn into your ear. All of these functions go off perfectly when you cut your arm. Maybe you clean it up, maybe you put a Band-Aid on it, but you're not sitting there focusing on it, creating the healing within it. The healing is done if left alone. However, you could interfere with that process and you could say, oh, I'm probably going to end up with a scar there. Oh, this is probably going to happen. And then immediately you have put belief into this thing, and then you will manifest the thing. But your body heals itself while you're falling asleep at night. You wake up in the morning like, oh, it's a little more healed. Oh, it's a little more healed. And you have nothing to do with this function other than staying away out of the function, the process that is actually happening, allowing the divine to come in and do its intelligent work. So when the body gets sick, when there's a lowering of vitality in the body, there will be a lowering of vitality in the mind, in the thoughts, in the consciousness. What happens when we are resentful or angry, or we carry frustration or hate or anything that causes tension in the body? If you were to tune into your body and think, ooh, where am I holding tension in my body? There will be a belief that is present at that part of your body that is pushing away the divine love that is meant to be flowing to you at every given moment. Now, why is this happening? First of all, that tension in your body is probably there because it loves you so very much and it wants to protect you. Maybe you've got a lot of responsibility in your life, and so you feel the pressure and the tension of that, and so your body creates the pressure and the tension of that because you believe and you feel and experience the pressure and the tension. But all of this comes from the consciousness, comes from the mind, and if you were to perceive it differently, or if you were to follow the path that you were meant to be on, it would melt and go away. I was working with someone the other day who had had tension in their body since they were 16. And this was, I don't even remember why it was present, but it was something to do with the family. And holding this presently in their body for years and years and years and years and years and years. This, if something like this is present for you, it is because there is a belief that is in there that is probably extremely harmful to you. Maybe someone made you feel a certain way. And so maybe it's a belief of being not good enough. Maybe it's, I don't know what it is, but what happens in here is our soul knows this is not the truth. But yet it wants to protect us, because the reason why we might think that is probably because of something somebody else said or did to us. And so this thing has happened and we think, oh, now I believe and feel this way. And so it creates tension and tightness in the body, not because your body is trying to harm you, but because it loves you and wants to protect you and is saying, hey man, something's going on here that's not true and it needs your attention, so I'm going to make it super uncomfortable for you. And so if you were to tune into that body part and see what it's telling you and really truly listen to it and heal that part, heal the belief that is there, then it would go away just like that. Because we are not our bodies, but we are the energy that sustains them. And therefore these shifts and these aches and these pains can change and heal instantly if we but believe in it. When Jesus would heal people, he said sometimes it was instant and sometimes it would take a couple of days until their body had gone through the full and total healing process. I know when I worked with a man when I was on vacation, came on the beach, and this dude was rough. He had been in an accident and his head was all swollen and this massive scar from forehead to the back of his head, and it was intense. And so I was like, hey man, do you want me to help you out? And I actually don't know what was spoken or done there, because it just flows through me. And so at this time, which is not actually typical, it was just some kind of light language that came through. And when I was done, he said, it is done. And I told him, and I said, it will be 3 days and you need to come back and see me. I want to see you in 3 days. And so this man, he comes back in 3 days, and I didn't even recognize him. Didn't even know that it was him, other than seeing this excitement on his face, and he had these gifts that he had brought me, but he looked like a completely different person, because he had no swelling left. He was completely fine. And so looking at something like that, you would think, oh man, okay, first of all, I'll bet if he had had money, he would have been in the hospital. And had he just been and sat in there in 3 days, he would not have looked like that in 3 days. But what I finished it off with, because I remember this very clearly, was I looked in his eyes and I said to him, the only thing that actually exists is love, and everything else comes from the mind. And if you were to look at your life, you could see where it is that your consciousness has taken you over here on tangents, over here and over there, and made excuses for these things, for what it is that it has seen and therefore believed in. And because those beliefs have then been picked up, it has been detrimental, because it has played out as patterns of these repetitive things over and over and over in your life. Not as some form of punishment, but as a proof of how powerful you are, to show you that what you believe in, you will have proof of that belief. There was an experiment that was done, and there was a car crash, and there was 100 people that witnessed it. And the police interviewed these people afterwards, and every single person had a different variation of the story, right? Some said it was going really fast, some said it was going really slow, some said this, some said that. They all said all kinds of things. And everybody said something a little different. 100 people. And so this is showing you that what is in your own consciousness is what dictates what it is that you see. We just went to a retreat, hosted it out there in Mount Shasta, and we had an experience. And there's 15 of us in this group, and every single person interpreted what happened completely different. And it shows a reflection of self, of what you expect to see from people, or of what you are holding within yourself that you are projecting out. But what it is showing you is the beliefs that you hold within yourself. If you do not believe that people can be mean and rude to you, then they cannot be mean and rude to you. But if you believe that people are often mean and rude to you, then people will often be mean and rude to you. And you might say, well, but people have been, so how am I supposed to, how can I? And it's like, no, I understand that was your interpretation of it before, but when you heal that belief and you say no, like, I'm a really respectable person, and people can feed that, feel that coming off my energy, and everyone is really respectful to me, at least to my face, then they will be. As soon as you truly embody it and you believe that and you're holding that cord within that vibration within your energy system, then that is what is emitted out. That is what will be picked up. That is what will be reflected back to you. Now, somebody else could interpret it completely different because they are at a different vibration. Therefore, they're actually hearing it, feeling it, and experiencing it completely different than what you are. Who's right? Nobody. Everybody. We're all right. Because we're all going off of our level of perception of what we believe to be in the world around us. And our five senses are continually reporting back to us what it is that we are holding within us that we actually believe. Your consciousness is in the air pressing up against you. There is nowhere that it is not. And it will reflect back to you those things that you hold. If you believe in evil, you will be witness to it. You will experience it. If you believe that people are kind and generous and wonderful and so loving and caring, and they go out of their way to want to help you and give you gifts and do things for you, then this is what you will experience. Now, let's say you've never experienced that before and you're like, man, that's a stretch. That's a tricky thing to get. How do I get there? You need to just look at your mind, and you could even write it down, all of the things that have been detrimental to you that you've believed. And as you go through them, one at a time, taking them to divine consciousness for resolution, there will be a resolution that is provided for you, provided that you do not quit. Now, some people get really bitter at the world because of the things that they've experienced, and they think, this is a terrible place. And so they will be witness to this world being a terrible place when it is actually not. But it is their beliefs that is presenting to them, here's this terrible thing again. Oh, you want more terrible things? Oh, you are playing the vibration of terrible things, so this is all we can bring you because this is what you are. You're playing this certain vibration, so I'm going to give you what it is that you're playing. What it is that you are, what it is that you hold within you. That is what you are. So you're going to get more of what you are. And so, when you can recognize the truth that you're actually just a beautiful being of light, that came here to earth to experience some wonderful things and to learn some lessons and to gain more light. Because what could be more difficult than coming to the most dense place in the universe, having to overcome many obstacles and many things, and yet still being able to hold your light? What could be more difficult than that? Probably, I don't think that there's a thing. But it's easy to do when you understand the truth. And you can be seeking the truth, and you can be like, I know it, I've heard it, I heard it. And like Christ was saying, he's like, I could tell you about the mountain. I could tell you about the waterfalls. Oh, and the rivers and the streams and all the wildflowers and the scent of the pine and the tree and the birds in the trees and the little chipmunks and the bunnies and the foxes. I could even show you the deer that go through the valleys. And he could describe all of these things. He said, but you would not know that mountain like I know that mountain. You have to experience it for yourself. You have to seek and you will find. That's like, my friend said, there was a quote that was on a book the other day that was like, how do you describe the taste of salt to someone? Well, you can't. You got to try the salt. So you can just go searching and keep searching for the salt. You're like, I'm not going to give up until I taste it. And then when you taste it, then it's like, oh, this is it. Oh, I understand. Oh, I understand. Okay, I get it. Okay, I forgive every single wonderful thing, and I see that it was all for the beautiful, wonderful, divine creation that I'm experiencing. And I see the beautiful, wonderful, divine creation that I'm experiencing, and it shifts and it changes absolutely everything, because you can know things, but then you can know things. And when you know something, it changes that thing within you. It's like you can hear a quote and you're like, oh, that's beautiful. Oh, wow, how meaningful. But then once in a while you hear a quote and it hits you and something changes. within you because you heard it at the right time, in the right place, maybe by the right person, at the right tone, whatever it happened to be. But it changes something within you. Continually seek and you will find. If you do not stop seeking, you will find. And as you become more and more in tune with the actual level of consciousness that you hold within you, if you are resentful towards the world, or if you wish to not be here, you will not be experiencing life as you're meant to experience life. Every single day, something will come up to show you that. But in order to get to that place, you have to understand some more levels and layers of truth. You have to understand that this is kind of basically a big game that we're playing. And everybody's all these actors, these characters, all playing around, playing their part. And when you can understand, like, oh, everybody's just playing a part. Oh, okay, we all go back to the same place afterwards, and we're all bright and shiny and new. But we're just here playing a part that we all signed up for, that we said we were going to play the role, we were going to do the thing. And then we came here and we forgot that we're playing a play. And then we're like, what? And then everybody's taking it all serious when really it's just a game. And when you can understand what that really is, by just continuing on your spiritual practice, continuing to study the Christ letters and hear and allow those words of truth to sink deep into your consciousness, then these things will shift for you. And then one day there will be the illumination that comes, and your brain will get so bright, and you will think, wow, is the sunshine in my bedroom? And you'll open your eyes and it'll be pitch black, and you will realize that light has come from within you. And when you connect to it, it will tell you every good and wonderful thing. It will illuminate the truth within you to a level that you cannot unsee it. And from that point forward, the only thing that you will want to do is tell everybody else about it, so that they can experience freedom from the suffering that they didn't even know was self-imposed. It could be from previous lifetimes. It's not something that we necessarily even did this time. This game goes on for always and always and always. And there's karma that needs to come around, and sometimes we come here to volunteer to play the really hard part so that other people can play karma out on us, so that they can reap it, so that they can see, oh, I shouldn't be doing this. Oh, and we're like, that's fine. When we're beings of light, when we're up there, we're like, it's totally cool. I'll go down. Yeah, you can do the thing to me. Yeah, no, whatever. It'll be fine. Yeah, we'll still be friends when we get back. Yeah, it'll be totally cool. Then you come here, brains are wiped, and it's like, what? Ah, what did I sign up for? Why did I do this? And it's through the remembering that we can then find that true, real forgiveness. Because when we've really forgiven someone, we want as good for them as we want for ourselves. And at that point, when you've been able to forgive them, you want really good for yourself, because you know that that affects the whole world, and you want good for the whole entire world. And of course you forgive them. There's not only forgiveness, there's understanding, there's compassion. You hold them so dear that you love them then, no matter what it is that they have done. Because typically it's the thing that's the hardest thing to get through that you could possibly ever imagine that is the greatest gift, that is the deepest reward, because it forced you to go down so deep, and as deep as you had to go down, that's how high you come up on the other side. Not that we go out seeking harsh things to have to go through. Now, of course, we don't want to do this, but these things come to us, and when they do, when we could recognize, hey man, I'm living in heaven, so there must be some good heavenly reason why this thing has happened, immediately our suffering from it is eliminated. Because we're just looking for the proof of why this thing has happened, rather than being a victim of it and suffering through it even more. And going on for weeks and months in the thought loop of why, how do I get out of this? Oh, it's not good, oh, the thing, but no, we've freed ourselves instantly. Therefore, we haven't planted any more seeds, so we're not going to harvest any more of those lowly seeds that we normally got before, because we would react to everything that came in our world and thought, you know, it made me angry, it made me sad, I wanted revenge, I was frustrated, I got whatever it happened to be. We stopped playing those chords, those vibrations, those frequencies, we stopped playing them, and rather, we played the chords of the truth, which is that we're already here in heaven. And we need but believe it. And we need but remove all the things from our mind that don't believe in that. And then you have set yourself free. You will know the truth. And the truth will set you free. It is actually freedom. And it feels that way. So if you have a thought, let's say you think something about yourself and it feels, oh yeah, that doesn't feel very good. It's not true. End of story. End of story. But if you have a thought about yourself and it feels like, okay, that feels like freedom, it's the truth. And so align yourself with that truth. And notice how those little intricacies of certain thoughts can raise or lower your vibration. How they can uplift you up, or they can downgrade you real quick just from a thought. And be mindful of the thoughts that you keep within you, because they manifest outwardly and will be sent out, and through electromagnetism will bring something back to present it to you at the exact vibration that you sent it out. And you'll be like, again, not realizing it's because you just planted it. And then when it comes back to you and you're disappointed again, you just planted more seeds of disappointment. And then it goes out, and then something comes back and brings you more disappointment. And you're like, this is an endless cycle. And it's because you believe in it. And it's because you play the vibration of it. And so when you can change the vibration, and when you can change the belief underlying it, which is the only reason why you're playing that vibration in the first place, then things transition. And you have a completely different outcome. And you radiate and bring to yourself more of the truth, the divine truth, which feels heavenly and wonderful and filled with love and acceptance and care and no judgment. It is a judgment-free zone, because it knows that every good and wonderful thing is working for you at all times if you would but let your mind go out of the way and stop fighting you on believing that every good and wonderful thing is coming and heading your way and is here already constantly. And so if we go back to that tension inside of your body, when we carry these things for long enough, what happens? It causes dis-ease within the body. And this is not a punishment. This is an illumination to, hey man, that thing you've been carrying, that pain that your parents inflicted on you, how those harsh words or those painful whatever it was that happened, it's time to heal it. Because you still are believing something about yourself that's not true because of it. You still have some anger or some resentment inside of you because of it, because you knew that you were supposed to be loved and you weren't loved, and therefore you had to protect yourself in some way. So these things that have happened, they're protector parts. And so you don't need to be angry at them. I'm so tense, I'm so this, I'm that. Well, don't add the anger to it. Love it. Thank your body. Thank you for holding this tension, because I know that you love me. And I know that you're trying to tell me something, and you're trying to illuminate some belief that I have that has been really harmful to me, maybe even harmful to other people, but mostly it's been really harmful to me. And I know that you're only doing this to me, for me, because you love me. I know that you're only causing this pain because you want me to heal that thing that has been there for a very long time that needs to be healed. And so thank you. And so rather than adding fight to your body, rather than adding even more anger or frustration or guilt or grief or sadness or shame or whatever it happens to be, we can add to it love, because that was the thing that was missing in the first place that caused that in the first place. The only reason that we suffer is because of a lack of love, or because we believe that we're unlovable. And when we heal these things, we heal the body. There is no disconnect. They are not separate. You are not your body. You are not your consciousness. Your consciousness creates your body. Therefore, when you heal your consciousness, you heal your body. And this is a wonderful thing, because this means that you can decide. And that if you want to get in there and you want to do the work, and I mean, if you're not growing, you're dying, man. It's true. And so if you want to get in there and you want to cause some massive growth within you, get in there and you can do that deep work. And you can find those places of tension or tightness inside the body, which is just dis-ease. It is places where the love needs to be that it is not. And you can heal those parts, and you can pull that love in. This is one of the reasons why I made that mental cleanse series, so that you do not allow these things to manifest in your body for a moment longer than you become aware of them. Because why would we do that? When we become aware, then we can actually do something about it. And your body loves you so much, because it is you and you are it. And it just wants you to heal some things, and it wants you to love some things that you haven't loved, and probably that thing that you need to love is actually just you. So this is what I have for you guys here today. Love you so much. I'm going to be extremely busy. Like I say this often, I'm really hoping to be able to get out content, but I'm just not sure. I love you guys. Take care, and I will see you guys in the next one.